What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the TotalSport YouTube channel and another collaboration with First Time Finish. And today we're doing an article by Mr. Tom Underhill covering Michael Olise of Reading. Now, before we get into this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It'd be really greatly appreciated. Let's get us to 1,200 as soon as we can. Anyway, let's get right into this video. Another transfer window rolls around and another teenager is a talk of the town. Michael Olise is a little different. Maybe it is the new digital age of analytics in football, or maybe it is that the standard has gone up in the second tier. Either way, a young talent cutting their teeth in the second tier is seen as vogue property. Reading's Michael Olise is one of the latest to do so. This season he's not only shot to prominence, but blown the league right open for his team. According to Sean Conlon, CAO of We Make Footballers, from the age of 9, Michael has been one of the best players in his age group in the country. This kind of sentiment makes it unsurprising that Olise played for two of the most esteemed academies in the country, Manchester City and Chelsea. Yet it was at grassroots level that Sean came across Olise for the first time. He was 7 years old, playing for his grassroots team Hayes. I was in charge of the development programme at QPR and had heard Hayes had a top talent. So I went to the game and he was outstanding. On that day, there were a lot of players who had been well trained. Michael at that stage had not had much coached football. It was just his raw abilities on display. What stood out was his physical movement. He was so sharp. Olise at this point was training with Arsenal. It is common for young players to sound out the local academies, trying to find the right fit. Sean likens it to choosing a school and tasting what each different environment has to offer. Whilst Michael and his family were gauging his next steps, the We Make Footballers club represented another one. Conlon said that it made sense for Michael to move from Hayes to us ahead of the under-8 season. He signed for Chelsea as an under-9 up to 14. We represented a good step for his development alongside playing in an elite academy. If Olise's trajectory at this point had been typical, the next years would be a rerouted nature. Olise left Chelsea by mutual consent and then took a small break from academy football before joining Reading. It might be easy to look at these academy stints as being pressurised or even harmful. For every Jadon Sancho that rises through the ranks, there are countless names that fall through the cracks. However, to label these institutions as talent minesweepers is completely inaccurate and fails to acknowledge the educational role they play in developing players, even those that leave their books at tender ages. Colin said that coaches are amazing with the young kids. They educate the parents about the process. The education Michael got at Chelsea shaped the player he is today. During his break from football, Sean continued to work with Michael. It was an opportunity for Michael and other ex-academy players to showcase themselves in front of scouts. Yet even in his time away from football, Olise continued to turn heads. Conlon invited him to play in his adult 7-a-side team. It wasn't the best standard, but there were still 28-year-old men playing. Michael was 14 and the best player on the pitch. No one could believe how young he was. The space he would find, the way he would find it, he was incredible. Olise would join up with Reading's academy that same year. A swift ascension through the youth would see him climb to the under-23s in 2019. That same year, he would make his league debut against Marcelo Bielsa's Leeds United. Reading account The Tilehurst End remembers his introduction fondly. He said that at that time fans had heard of him, but his talent hadn't gone mainstream. Reading themselves enjoyed an uninspiring period prior to Olise's debut in March 2019. Third placed finish under Jaap Stam in 2016-17, resulting in a playoff final defeat on penalties to Huddersfield were the highlights since their relegation in 2013. Those highs were predicated with finishes of 19th, 17th, 20th and 20th again in 2014-15, 15-16, 17-18 and 18-19. Olise was making his debut in the 2018-19 season under Jose Gomez, the club's 6th manager since the end of the 2013 season. Olise signed his first professional contract in the summer of 2019, but with Jose Gomez departing in October, it was under Mark Bowen's management that he would truly come to fruition. Yet despite flashes of brilliance, he bore the inconsistencies of a young talent in a middling side. 1 assist in 13 league starts demonstrates this feat-finding period. His potential was certainly clear last season when he played regularly in the back half of the campaign, leading to some summer speculation that he'd be snapped up by a bigger club. Matching attacking exuberance with defensive dedication is a recipe with fan endearment. This would lay the foundation for the next season, an explosion that few would have foreseen. Olise, still just 19, leads the championship with 8 assists. Second is Harvey Elliott with 6, another one of Sean Collins' few tees. 0.73 goals and assists per 90 minutes is a monstrous return, bettered only by 5 others in the league. Olise is mixing it with big creative guns, such as Emiliano Buendia and David Brooks, both having Premier League experience, Olise possesses the fleet-footedness and movement of a traditional winger. Yet his match intelligence and weight of pass make him a threat from anywhere on the field. He's capable of playing as an orthodox winger, inside forward, number 10, or even a deep-lying playmaker. This season he looked particularly comfortable in the number 10. Effortlessly sophisticated, he also performed under severe pressure, still just 19. Across the top 2 tiers of English football, only Harry Kane has recorded more assists. Yet from Sean's experience, this is unlikely to affect Olise's mentality. He's a very cool kid, very likeable with an inner confidence. Everyone likes him. No footballer has a straightforward journey to success. Whatever setbacks he has faced, he has the character to overcome. He's also contributing to a promising Reading side. After 23 games, the Royals now sit 5th and are the 3rd highest scorers in the league. They have made more one-on-one dribbles and suffered more fouls than any other team, which shows a fluid, progressive attacking unit. In Michael Olise and former Liverpool Academy graduate Olise Jaria, Reading possess 2 elite attacking players. The structure of a 4-2-3-1, according to the Tilehurst End, has given them a real selection headache, with John Swift also possessing a really good passing range. This structure has allowed Olise to make impactful runs and passes. According to the Tilehurst End, at this rate of improvement, he'll be ready in the summer to step into the Premier League. He'll naturally need some bedding in time, being eased into top flight football before really making an impact a year or so later. The nature of transfer speculation means that as long as Olise is a Reading player, the talk of the Premier League will follow every step. Now, there's a massive thank you to Sean Conlon and the Tilehurst End from First Time Finish and for TotalSport for helping make this content great. And yeah, everyone go and check out Michael Olise. The piece is in the description. It's vastly what we've covered here. And yeah, we'll pass over to Tom now, who's going to talk about why he chose to write this piece.
When I first watched Michael Olise a couple months ago now, I was instantly captivated by him. He's an exceptional dribbler, and yet plays space very well. Has a brilliant weight of pass. He's just a joy to watch. He's got to Reading via Chelsea and Man City Academy, so not the most conventional route, but taking that long routed way often moulds the most interesting characters and tells the most interesting story. And speaking to his youth coach, Sean Conlon, I really wanted to tell the story behind the exuberant talent that we can all see now.
Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to us. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one.